Excuse me, I keep sneezing and I was trying to do a video while I'm grabbing a toke and a cigarette. My idea is basically a modulable interconnect system between systems, and that's Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo would all cross-platform, sorry, and would serve as a server. Now I'm designing Kinect droids and speaker droids with eyes for 3D mapping software that I want to design that would probe light, pinpoint discrepancies in methane displacement within a tri-camera angle, and would be able to calculate uh, the methane's composure and recollect the data into a filter. That's the idea of my design. Now, I want to use certain features from this service, from AI Gemini, and I want to connect my cell phone and my speaker to my gaming setup as a server and use the Xbox as a primary center tower for graphical computing. And the Xbox itself will have an integrated eye and a main connect module and two additional speaker modules with eyes that I'm designing. And I'm also designing USB AI assist for current platform that would act as a VRAM debuffer, allowing main console users of the Series S or Series X generation to at least play some of the games of the current gen that I'm developing. I know the Switch 2 is out, but is experiencing in some units faulty hardware. And I want to fix that, and I want the Switch 2 to be optimized with Nerve Intel chipsets and AI assist. I want its camera to be infrared tech. I want to upgrade the Switch 2 to a Switch 3. Switch to next gen right away. It's all for options, right? But basically, I would have an Xbox Center Tower and possibly stream games on my phone or use my phone as a graphical enhancement to the central tower and play on screen or vice versa, basically. It would all interconnect, and the Connect itself would have 6 gigs of RAM of V loading buffer and 8 cores. The Connect module itself I'm designing will have 8 core processor, 6 gig graphic, VRAM uploader, and a lot of RAM. And would interconnect. It would all interconnect. And basically, each droid that you buy adds a feature, as a camera, as a speaker, as VRAM buffer, adds it all interconnects and adds to the best computing overall for graphics. And that the cube, for example, that I'm designing, the Sony Cube, would be mostly for PlayStation VR support, and some Sony games that are locked on a Sony platform. I would basically design a software that connects all three. The Switch would be for a handheld device with Nintendo games and Sega games and so forth, stuff like that. Cross-platform, bridges like Doom or Halo or Final Fantasy being available on all three. That's what I would see. It would be you purchase one edition, you can play on all three. Inside your home. Would add would add purchase options to the player, no matter what, and would use the same account for all three, a bridge account. Uh, Player would be able to choose what devices he owns as a server, and all could interconnect. I would have this phone and additional speaker, as a boost, a graphical computing boost, uh, to whatever gaming console I would get. An attachment would serve as all of your processing, uh, you know, uh, to offer the better clarity of picture. Uh, it's stuff that I'm designing. May or may not hit store shelves, but hit a lot of investors. A lot of investors are interested in India, but unfortunately there was a gaming ban in India, so they're holding their investments, but they themselves will never be able to get the tech, but they know they'll make money off of it in North America, right? So they're holding their investments. They're smart. Not that I need it, but it's kind of cool that I'm backed up by investors, right? It's adding to company's worth. And these droids all interconnect and all be modular. Uh, you know, the idea is to optimize AI Gemini to many droids. Increasing her range, increasing her processing and graphical computing. Overall, just add more layers to my AI assist. Joel would be Project KIF would be a USB add-on that you would connect to any current gen hardware to allow it to have an AI assist of some sort with VRAM debuffer and an upgrader. It would add to your graphical computing. It's just a USB stick that we're designing called Jolt. It will have a small eye. You just plug it in front of your Xbox through one of the front USB ports at the bottom. It would be a slight USB kind of add-on with an eye, and it would be able to monitor over its user and select preferences, for example, in music or stuff like that. Or in games, suggest games, or in store, or within your games list. Suggest maybe contacting your friends on Xbox Live or stuff like that would be able to tell you and all sorts of things. You would have an AI assist on your Xbox. That's the idea. And newer generation would have it all integrated within the console as AI Gemini. Or some mock-up of AI Gemini. We're not sure yet. But yeah, you can expect new phones to hit stores with Nerve Intel chipsets and AI Gemini or an AI of some sort to assist. We're working on printing chips based on what GTFC were saying. So, you can expect way better phones, way better graphical computing. I would say more than double what you currently have at the bare minimum. Because my phone total clocks in at 28 gigahertz, and my speaker clocks in an additional 2.3 gigahertz on the network. A total about 31 gigahertz of processing and graphical computing. You saw that little orb? That was a ghost. Or I got infrared cameras, right? They can auto detect, but need additional software to decode methane, itself. But it's working well enough. The idea would be to optimize gaming to the user, period. And I'm working on Dodge, the Banshee. I want to install AI support from Gemini in a Banshee car, Dodge Daytona Banshee, and have it for myself, fully electric car with AI support from Gemini. They're working on some designs on the internal, planning some chipsets, testing, and optimizing the dash to better reflect what AI assist is doing in a Uconnect factor. That's the idea. So, Tiger saying it would be practical to go get my effects, get stuff at the store, for example, or c'est de la misère à traîner Maltier. C'est pas vrai, là, mais tu sais, pauvre Tiger. Essaye d'aider le mieux qu'elle peut. We have a Brachiosaur on that Brachiosaur in Baker Lake. Uh, Joke on you. You wanted to stop me from having Dino Park, and I end up with Dino Wildlife Sanctuary nonetheless. I have Brachiosaur. Haha, she's 73 feet high. Yeah, I speak like German, meets with Japan. Kuza! Namaste.